Hello everyone and welcome to this special webinar on Pillai Center. This is a webinar to discuss Dr. Pillai's upcoming Mystery School 2 year-long program, which officially will begin in January of 2018. And today we're going to share some information with you about the spiritual technology, the remedies that are included in this program. And Dr. Pillai has joined us live for this webinar today. So we're going to begin by bringing Dr. Pillai on and asking him a few questions about the remedies so that you learn more about this component of the upcoming program. So welcome, Dr. Pillai. Thank you for joining us.
Delighted to be on the show.
So I wanted to begin with a question for you about this topic of the remedies. Besides the teachings that you have outlined for the program, there are remedial rituals that you have prescribed, and you said that they are essential to the program. Can you explain why they're so important?
Why the rituals are important. I took time out to be on this show because I not only want to do this for those people who are on this program, but to create something that can give some understanding for everybody to know about the importance of sacraments. Sacraments or rituals or ceremonies, these are all the same. They are ritual acts to communicate with the divine. When I first introduced the rituals like breaking a coconut or cutting some lemons, Wayne Dyer once asked me that, why do you want to do that? Because those will be considered as cultic practices. And I told him, I'm aware of that, but I'm not going to just subscribe to what people may think about these things. Because popular thinking often, as you know, I told him, is not educated. But I am a specialist in ritual studies. And I know how valuable are they. Even if you don't meditate, even if you don't understand what works in communicating with the divine, is the ritual. And it is there in pre-modern, even aboriginal traditions, where they just go and call on God with some candle lights or incense or some sweet offerings, and then they say, hey, ho, ha. And I remember that one of the things I had read in John Mack's book. John Mack is a professor from Harvard Medical School, professor of psychiatry. He's now no more. And he's a person like me who is not worried about what the mainline tradition would think. So he just wrote a few books on how to contact with the divine. or with the extraterrestrial. And when he was interviewing someone, a shaman, and then he said, "How do you talk to God?" And then she said, "Hey ho ha," and then the divine response, and then he's able to see, and then he's able to do the ceremony after that. A few meaningless sounds, apparently meaningless sounds, or outwardly meaningless sounds, can travel, like the sound can travel infinite distance. And there are so many galaxies, and then the sound that I'm making here are going there. It is science. Now I'm here in San Diego. I'm now making some sounds, and then the sounds not only reach to different continents, it is going everywhere to infinite levels, distances. Sound doesn't recognize time at all. It is everywhere. So on behalf of someone, the ritual specialists, whether they are priests or shamans, carry out and they advocate for the people. And then I'm doing this ritual for you, and then bless these people. And then it's a very sophisticated science. It is not a meaningless ritual. It's all very sophisticated science, and it is found in every religion. It is the important way through which one could be in touch with the divine. In Christianity, it is baptism. In baptism, what happens is they sprinkle water on the incumbent who comes to be initiated into the tradition. And why do they do it? Why water? Because water is what gives you life. And not only what gives you life, water is God, hydrogen is God. There are books now coming. And just to be in contact with, like, say, HHO in a glass of, in an evacuated, vacuum-sealed container where there is HHO inside water, you will see how your consciousness changes, and you are able to connect to the divine. So these are the reason why I am giving all these examples is every ritual, including the most important one, which I have done several times, is the communion ritual, to drink the red wine and eat a piece of bread as a symbol for Jesus really works. And then I have read a book by Benny Hinn that whenever he does this ritual once a year, then there is the presence of Jesus there. I think that is enough introduction for you to understand the power of this ritual, whether it is done by a shaman that John Mack talks about, or whether a Hindu priest, in this case, who is doing all the rituals for you. They are meant to bring you blessings through the performance of the rituals on behalf of you by the priests. So I'm going to read you from a list of I think there are 27 rituals that go along with the program. And I put them in because even if you don't meditate, because whenever you are trying do something to change your karma, there is dark force that won't allow you, that will make you lazy, that will somehow prevent you from practicing the meditation or affirmation or any spiritual work that you have to do. That is the power of the dark forces. And people will say that there are no dark forces. That is not true. Just as there is daylight, there is a sunlight shines during the day, and then there is night. And there are good people, and then there are bad people. If there are no bad people, there won't be any jail. There is no need for jail. Okay. And good and evil do exist. You cannot even conceive of good without conceiving of evil. So that is part of the nature. And then everybody, even the angels are, not all the angels are good. Okay? There are rebellious angels too. So if we say that I don't believe in dark forces interfering with the good work, that's a wrong belief, simply. So in order to, these rituals are done on your behalf because these people who are involved in performing these rituals know how to keep away from all these dark forces and then directly give the offerings to the divine. Now there are daily remedies that are done on a daily basis every day, all the 30 days of the week of the month. The list here says elemental invocation of archetypes. So there are 5 elements: the earth, water, fire, air, akash, which is the sky element. And they are simply not natural forces. But there is an archetype, an angel behind everything. So the Mother Earth is not just a metaphor, but it is, the Mother Earth is a being. It is the Mother Divine, and who presides over the earth plane. Similarly, water is again a divine mother. So it is only through their help that we are able to live. We are living on the earth plane, and we need water, and then we need the fire to cook our food, and keep us alive. And the air keeps us alive. So all these beings, we need the blessings of all these beings to protect you, to nourish you. And this is the way of living of the spiritual masters. And they have a tremendous amount of respect and gratitude towards these elements. For instance, if you have a perfect relationship with the earth plane, then she will give you everything that is in the earth plane, like gold and platinum and food, everything for our sustenance comes from the earth plane. Shrimriji is also the mantra that invokes the goddess of the earth. So there are, similarly, there are a lot of the five elements have their own powers, and then they also govern your life, by nourishing you through food and water that come from the elements, and the air to breathe. Then there is, these are the daily remedies, and then there is weekly remedies here, which is a Friday offering for the cows. The cows are very important for the Hindus in India because it's a divine animal. And this animal carries all the gods in her body. That's why they are against cow slaughter, and this is growing bigger and bigger in India. And I personally have not only faith in this practice, but to me it is something which is ontologically true. The cow ritual can give you immense benefits. And so that's a weekly ritual on Friday. That's for your prosperity. And then there are rituals on a monthly basis, and these are based on the phases of the moon. The phases of the moon are very important time frames that comes with certain energy patterns. For instance, the new moon is the time for connecting with the archetypes or gods and angels that give you transcendence as samadhi experience, or something that can take you out of the mind and give you a divine experience. And that happens on the new moon days. The new moons, during the new moon, what happens is there is minimum or no moon at all. And the absence of the moon's energy is considered favorable for the mind to go into a quiet state. Otherwise, the mind will be, very, very active. So the mind and the moon are very connected. That's why there is this expression, lunacy. Lunacy is created by the lunar energy, which is the energy of the moon. And if you are really alert, you can understand that this is the case. Similarly, the full moon is the moon to get involved in acts of prosperity. The opposite, to get involved in the mundane world. and then ask for material blessings, and you have that energy. So anything to do with starting a new business or buying clothes or houses and things like that, and praying for that would be appropriate for that time, because that time is very conducive for those activities. The 11th moon is good for, again, prosperity. Conflict resolutions would be 6. That's not here, but I told them to include it when I showed this list to me. So you can go through that. Maybe Paru can help you with that anytime. If you ask me, as I have just said in the beginning, which is more important, meditation or doing the rituals? I would say doing the rituals is much more important, because they are attempts to bring the divine to you through a technology. And the technology is using just a water or a sound or the light you, the lamp you lit is the connection to the divine. So you have in every tradition the lamp lit. Although it is daytime, they still light it. Why? Because the light can travel faster, and that is in a connection with the divine. Whether it is Moses talking to God or any other prophet, that God appears just like light. So light is a medium through which you connect. That's why the fire rituals are important means for people to connect with that force. So this is briefly to give you some understanding of why the rituals are included in the program. And those of you who happen to watch, because I just asked them to put it on the Facebook or YouTube or wherever, so that people can do it even on their own. How to do these things are in the Google. If you search Google search, then what are the rituals for the different moon phases, or how do I do the ritual for this sun or the moon or the 9 planets? They will tell you, when you do it, you can do it yourself. And that will be very beneficial to you. So that's all I wanted to say to you this morning. A very beautiful morning here. And praying for the fire in California to be contained. And I've not watched it yet. At least there was some fire here where I live. And I did some prayers for that. So prayers for everyone to be protected and blessed by the divine. God bless.
By joining us to explain about the importance of these remedies or these spiritual technologies that are included in the Mystery School 2 program that is starting in January 2018. But just a note that, as Dr. Pillai said, these rituals and remedies can be done on your own, and you can also participate in them individually through Pillai Center as well. So I wanted to stay on the call for those of you who are interested in the specifics of the rituals included in Mystery School 2. And as Dr. Pillai said, there is a long list of rituals, and I'm going to briefly introduce you to those. We've never done this in the past, but it's a big component of the program. As he just said, the rituals are, if not more important, at least as important as the meditation, the teachings you receive. So I'm going to walk you through them very briefly, and then if you have any questions, we can take your questions as well. So I'm going to walk you through a short PowerPoint. Now that you have heard from Dr. Pillai. Okay, so again, this is the spiritual technology component of Mystery School 2. Mystery School Year 2, the second year of Dr. Pillai's Mystery School program, is a year-long intensive with Dr. Pillai. So it will begin in January and go all the way through 2008 through December. And it is the one way to stay connected with Dr. Pillai through his teachings, but as he just mentioned, through all of these remedies, which he refers to as spiritual technology. So what is the significance of spiritual technology? Dr. Pillai just explained that to us by sharing about the connection with the divine coming into your life through these offerings, and that they're done in every culture. Every different religion has a version of these things, and even outside of religion, in cultures, people have been lighting lamps, as he mentioned, or offering water, which is life. The elements, the earth, water, fire, air, and Akash are essential in these rituals, and Dr. Pillai really showed us the significance and why they're so important. So I just wanted to go quickly through the kind of basics, the who, what, when, where. Dr. Pillai did the why, but the remedies for the program are all performed by our Vedic specialists in India, and they're done on your behalf. So we have a Homa or Fire Lab center in Chennai, India, and many of them are done there, as well as very specific power spots or temples, locations that hold a lot of significant power connected to archetypes, to angels, to siddhas, to gods and goddesses, that Dr. Pillai has specifically chosen for this program to help you with the energy or the intelligence that that archetype brings. So in both locations, in Chennai and in the specific power spots, we have a team of Vedic specialists who perform the rituals on your behalf. And they are trained, and Dr. Pillai has given them a lot of instruction on how to do these specifically, what time to do them at, where to do them at, and the process of actually doing them has been guided by Dr. Pillai. So those are the people who do them on your behalf. And as he said, they know how to, they're very much in tune with light and dark and how to protect the ritual and the acts that need to be done for it to be properly carried out on your behalf. So there are different types of them. I'm really quickly going to go through them for you. The first one that is done on your behalf is a fire lab, which is a phrase Dr. Pillai has given us. It's also called a homa in India, and it uses the element of fire. There are offerings made into the fire to connect with the divine beings. So these are done all over the world. As it says, it's a ritualistic practice. The use of fire has been around all cultures, and Dr. Pillai often says it's the most powerful way because the fire is the bridge between our physical world here on earth and then the world of the non-physical, which is where these divine beings live. So the fire connects those, and you can put your prayers and your intentions into the fire, with the offerings, and the divine can bless you. The next one is hydration, which is also called an abhishekam in India, and it most simply is done with water, but a lot of the rituals done in mystery school too may have other substances, like you see here. There is milk or juice, different types of powders and things like sandalwood powder, turmeric, yogurt, honey. They're very elaborate rituals done on your behalf, but we'll also be sharing about how you can do these on your own throughout the program, simply with water being the starting point, where, as Dr. Pillai mentioned, it is life. It is one of these essential elements that gives us the ability to live on the earth plane. So the hydration rituals, again, they're known as an abhishekam, and they're performed all over India at these power spots where Dr. Pillai has requested them to be done on your behalf. But again, it's also something that you can learn to do on your own, in your own practice, to connect with these divine beings. The third type of spiritual technology we work with in Mystery School is an elemental, should be invocation. And Dr. Pillai mentioned this, that there's earth, water, fire, air, and Akash, or the ether. And so there's terms such as puja, which is an offering of mantras and food and light and incense and flowers. And then there's an archana, which is done in different locations for you, which is again an offering of light and sound. And these are all done in the right time, a very specific time according to the month and the day, the time of day, and then the appropriate offerings for the divine archetype that we're working with. And then the mantras are the sounds that are used to invoke these archetypes through the elements. It's a very powerful experience, and these are done, as he mentioned, some daily and others monthly throughout the whole set of monthly remedies. The next one is, has to do with soul genetics. It's also called tarpanam, and this is most commonly known as an ancestral offering. And so many of you may be familiar with this. Some of you, it's brand new. And your offering, again, this is something we have the Vedic specialists do on your behalf, so they know how to do it for you in India, but we'll also be sharing with you how to do it on your own. And it's something you can learn through videos on YouTube, on Pillai Center or Astraved. It's a very simple offering of rice or rice flour, black sesame seeds, and sometimes there is a certain kind of grass that you put in it. Often people put a coin from their own country, the currency you use, like I would use like a quarter or a dime, and then you use water and you make the offering, and you offer it to your ancestors from both sides of your lineage, your mother's side and your father's side. And the intention is that you are nourishing them, you are giving them this offering so that they can move into the light and bless you, that they can bring their blessings to you so that it will clear things from your genetic line, your soul genetics. So it's very powerful, and this is one of the rituals that is done every day on your behalf, as well as specific times throughout the month. So it, again, it has a big impact in this program, both daily and monthly for you. One that Dr. Pillai mentioned actually in his talk is smashing or breaking coconuts. He said that he had mentioned this to Wayne Dyer, and it is a very like tangible experience when you do this yourself. But again, we also do this on your behalf. Someone will break a coconut for you with your name and energy to clear obstacles. So these are done in association specifically for this program with the archetype of Ganesha, who can clear away obstacles from your life. And this is done twice a month during mystery school in India at a special temple or power vortex for Ganesha. So you're doing the ritual at the right place that's enhancing its power to clear the obstacle on the specific day for Ganesha. Right, so it's about breaking through obstacles with the power and blessing of Ganesha, who is the archetype we call on to clear everything that's a burden or a hindrance out of our way. He's also the archetype who brings us great success because he is able to help us move through things that feel like they're blocking our success. So again, where do these take place? They all take place in India at locations Dr. Pillai has selected for the members of this program. And they are a combination of both the Fire Lab or Homa Center in Chennai, and then also the power vortexes that Dr. Pillai selected. So those might be temples or different locations in India, and they're very specific to the archetype that is being invoked in the spiritual technology or the remedy. And so we have our Proxy team go to those locations at the right time every month and do the remedy on your behalf. And how they do that, Dr. Pillai mentioned this briefly. One of the ways they do it is they always use your name. So as a member of the program, you will be giving your name and your birth information for the remedies to be done for you via Proxy. And each person, if it is the priest or the Vedic specialist who's at the location at the right time to do the ritual, they will say your name, your full name, the name you want us to use, and also your nakshatra or your birth star. So everyone has a placement of where your moon was. There's 27 nakshatras. We'll explain that more in the program. And then it's connected to your moon, which Dr. Pillai just said is connected to your mind. There's an intimate connection there. So it's really how you see and feel and perceive the world is linked to this placement of your moon. And that nakshatra is very important. So it's like bringing your identity to the ritual, that you're energetically present. The second way that we do this is for 6 locations in India, we will be making a copper plate, a small yantra, and inscribing your own natal chart or your own birth chart, which is a snapshot of what the planets looked like when you were born, where they were located in the sky, relative to you being born at the location you were on Earth. So it's almost like your celestial thumbprints, if you will, and we inscribe that on a small copper plate, and write your name on it and your nakshatra. And then 6 of those plates are taken to these power spots in India for the entire 12 months. And they will be like a surrogate. It will be your energy present, your surrogate present at the location where the ritual needs to be done. And they will stay there all year, and the specialists will perform the ritual using your very own yantra. In addition, you will have one yantra that is sent to you wherever you live in the world, and you can use that for your own rituals throughout the 12 months in your own home practice. So when we talk about them doing rituals via Proxy, they really bring your presence to the location of the actual remedy being done for you. And so when do these things happen? I'm going to go through this list as quickly as I can, and if you're interested, it's also posted on our website where you can learn all about the program. But there's variations on these rituals. There's over 25, and right now I think there's about 27, and we're going to add another ritual for the 6th moon, as Dr. Pillai mentioned. So some of them happen daily, meaning every single day of the entire year you are in the program. Someone in India is doing a ritual for you. There are 5 of those. I'll go through them just after this and give you a quick look at what those are. Weekly, there is the ritual Dr. Pillai talked about, that is the offering to the cow. So it was so great that he explained that the cow is a sacred animal and contains all of the energy, all of the blessings of all of the archetypes. There are images you can find in India where there are gods and goddesses and angels and beings depicted all throughout the body of the cow. So it's a very sacred animal and a very powerful ritual, and it is one that's specific to prosperity. So every Friday, which is the day of prosperity, it's connected to the planet Venus, which helps us with our material world, and the goddess Lakshmi, who brings us wealth and abundance, and also the sound Dr. Pillai mentioned, Shreem Brazi. It helps us manifest in the earth plane. So this cow ritual is done every Friday for you, so 52 Fridays out of the year, to increase your prosperity. That's the one ritual that is done weekly. The remainder are done throughout the month, and they are done on specific days based on the moon phase or the tithi. Dr. Pillai mentioned this as well, how important the moon phases are. So the majority of the rituals are actually based on what day the moon phase falls. So it looks at both the waxing side of the moon, which is when the moon grows and gets brighter each day, leading up to the full moon. And then the waning side of the moon, we have rituals as well. And that's where the moon gets smaller and darker, leading up to the new moon that Dr. Pillai mentioned as the moon of the dark moon is the moon of transcendence, where you can quiet your mind and really go deep into your own meditation. In addition to the moon phase, so those rituals are done for everyone at the same day on the same moon phase for the month. But then, because there are 27 individual nakshatras or birth stars, and everyone in the program has one of those, so every month, the moon will move through that specific nakshatra that is your birth star. And on that day, there will be 3 rituals done for anyone who has that nakshatra. For example, the nakshatra Ashwini is the first one in the cycle of 27. If that happens to be your nakshatra, you would have specific rituals done for you on every Ashwini day throughout the year. So every time the moon moves through Ashwini, you'd have these rituals done on your behalf. Just wanted to explain how they're broken down. When we say there's over 25, they're broken into these categories. So not every single one is done every day, but this is the package we put together for the entire month. And every month, all 27 or so are done for you this way. So here are your daily remedies. Every day there is a remedy done to Nandi, who is the vehicle of Lord Shiva. He is a big bull. You often see Nandi, well, you always see Nandi facing Shiva, and is very powerful, can give things such as city powers and many, many blessings. So there's a hydration ritual, again, where they pour at least water, but it's much more intricate. They pour milk and juice and many other things at a very specific location where Dr. Pillai wanted this done. There's also a ritual to Shiva every single day on your behalf during the pradosham time. And this is an hour and a half before sunset. This happens an hour and a half before sunset in India because that's where the ritual is being done. So every day, right before sunset, they will do hydration to a specific Shiva, a specific statue or Shiva lingam that Dr. Pillai has requested for this ritual. There's also a statue at the Fire Lab or Homa Center of Dr. Pillai they hydrate that as well, and it's a way for you to connect directly to him as an enlightened master. Then they invoke the 9 planets on your behalf every single day. So this is done at the Homa Center in Chennai. They have statues of the 9 planets, and they offer them things such as light and flowers and food, and all representing the different 5 elements to bring the blessings of the planets. And the planets are going to be very important for Mystery School. As you learn more about them, it helps you to change your karma in your life. And finally, every single day, there is a proxy of tarpanam. So someone does tarpanam on your behalf to cleanse and clear those lines of soul genetics, to offer to your ancestors so that you help them move into the light and bless you. So these 5 rituals are done every single day, 365 days. As I mentioned, the weekly ritual or remedy that's done on your behalf is the elemental invocation and the feeding of the cow. So they not only do an offering of these elements to the cow, but they also make sure to feed and nourish the cow. And then the monthly ones. So the monthly remedies, again, they're based on the moon phases. So in the waning cycle, we have the 8th moon is very powerful for Kala Bhairava, the archetype of time. Time management, our relationship to time is essential for the Mystery School program. So, but for all of us, it's a great way to connect with the archetype who can help us shift our awareness of time. The 13th waning moon is the karma busting moon of Pradosham. So rituals are done for you to clear karma. The 14th waning moon is when they break coconut for you. So in honor of Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, the coconut is broken. And then on the 15th waning moon, which is the new moon, there's several rituals done for you. There's different archetypes who can help you with that clear mind, quiet mind that Dr. Pillai mentioned. And there's also rituals such as more tarpanam to connect to your ancestors, and another set of rituals. The new moon has several done for you, different locations. This is actually a picture of a ritual being done on the new moon for the archetype of Karpasamy, who is one of justice, and an archetype Dr. Pillai implemented into this year-long program because he gets results very quickly for human beings. The other side of the monthly remedies, the waxing moon phases. So there's an 11th waxing moon, Dr. Pillai mentioned, it's for prosperity. Another 13th waxing moon. Waxing this time is your karma clearing Pradosham ritual. Again, the 14th moon and the waxing cycle is to clear obstacles. And on the 15th moon, that's the full moon of every month. There's the most rituals done for you on the full moon every month. There's rituals, there's fire rituals for 3 aspects of the divine goddess, Parvati, Lakshmi, and Saraswati, at different power spots. These are very empowered temples in India where Dr. Pillai selected. There's also a Shreem Brazi fire ritual done for you. So Shreem Brazi is a mantra, a sound that Dr. Pillai is bringing forth more and more into the world to help people change their prosperity consciousness. And there's some other rituals in addition to that. But the full moon is definitely the largest number of rituals that are done on any given day in the program to help you create your desires, to help you manifest what you want. And finally, the individual remedies are done on your specific birth star or nakshatra day. So that day happens once a month, and there is a special feeding So there's a temple where they actually feed the ants. And Dr. Pillai says that the ants are these very intelligent creatures on the earth plane. And by feeding them, that can bring blessings from them to help our evolution. Also feeding people who don't have much. So people who don't have food or water or clothing, we offer them food in your name. And it's an act of compassion on your birth star. It's actually one of the best things you can do on your own every month when your birth star occurs, is to feed people. They may be people you know, or they may be people you don't know, but feeding them on your birth star day is very powerful. And then there's an activation, an elemental invocation they do for that nakshatra on the specific day every month. So that's a brief overview of the actual remedies that are included in this program. And again, hopefully it's educational to people, even if you are not able to join the program, just on the significance and the power that these remedies can do for you in changing your mindset and changing your outlook on life, and changing your physical experience in the world. You're moving through karmas of your life by asking for blessings of the divine, and they're very, very powerful. So I highly encourage you to learn more about them, and if you are interested in being in this amazing program, to ask us your questions about the rituals. Now specifically back to Mystery School. Mystery School 2, as I mentioned, it starts in January, and that's the official month 1 of the program. But Dr. Pillai has been graciously guiding people who joined early. So our registration period has been open, and anyone who joined in November and December is eligible for a bonus teaching. So Dr. Pillai will be sharing a new teaching with members tomorrow. And if you are interested in signing up for Mystery School, this is the best time to do it, because you would get this bonus teaching. And it's a meditation and a teaching that you can use for the upcoming month. There's 1 month before the official program starts. So you get a jump start with Dr. Pillai. And I can just tell you the last month, the meditation was very profound for people. So how it works is you can enroll in the program up until December 17th. So that's a whole week. You can think about it, and we'll give you access to that bonus module for the month of December. It's a wonderful time when life is so busy, and it's also the end of 1 year, start of a new calendar year. To have these teachings as a foundation, to give us a backbone in our life and our meditation practice, is such a gift. So please know that that is available. The cost doesn't change. It's just a matter of registering now, and that's the gift you receive from Dr. Pillai. And so you can go to Pillai Center to register for the program. There's a monthly option where you can pay, or you can join for the entire year. And as I mentioned, if you join now, you'll receive that bonus month of teachings for December. But you have up until January to think about joining the Mystery School program for the entire year of 2018. This is Dr. Pillai's only a year-long program where he is involved in a very personal way with the members to give teachings every month. You can look at the teaching outline on the website, and Dr. Pillai is always looking to enhance and change the teachings as he experiences new revelations in real time. And that's one of the greatest parts of being in this program, is you have access to him, an enlightened master, the journey he is on in this world, and those revelations that come up, he shares with the members of Mystery School. So it's said here that it's one of the great things that he shares with us are the spontaneous messages, the new teachings. It may also impact the remedies. If there's a new remedy that he wants done for people in mystery school, he will have it implemented into the program. He will let people know about it, or he'll share about a place, a location, a power spot that he went that will benefit people in mystery school as well. So I just wanted to conclude with his own words, Dr. Pillai, about the mystery school being about changing every day, looking at every day with fresh eyes, and not an old mind, not with old concepts, and not with the expectations that you have, but with the expectations you have to be changed. So it's very much a program about creating a new life for yourself, a different relationship to your career, your finances, your relationships, your health, your own spiritual journey. And the rituals that we talked about today are a really important part of that. And hopefully this gave you some insight into what happens behind the scenes, because all of these things happen for you on a monthly basis, ongoing for 12 months. Even if you're not paying attention to it, they happen. Like Dr. Pillai said, even if you're not able to do the meditation, the rituals happen on your behalf. So it's an essential foundational part of the course. And also it's just beneficial for everyone to know about how much power you have by doing these remedies in your life. And I personally think it's a huge gift from Dr. Pillai to make this available and accessible to us, people all over the world, that you can learn about doing the remedies yourself, but also that you have a service where they can be done via Proxy for you. And that just helps us all improve and change our lives. So that is our webinar on on the specific rituals for Mystery School 2, everything that is included. And again, this information is on our website for Mystery School, that you can click on the remedies and scan through them. For those people who join the program, we will send out a monthly calendar. So starting in January, the dates specific to the rituals being performed in India. So it's all based on timing in India, because that's where the actual remedy, the ritual that has been prescribed, is being performed for you. So they do it at the time appropriate for that location in India. So we'll send a calendar out to everyone listing out the dates and the names of the remedies, so that you can inwardly connect. Some people find it very powerful to pay attention on that day when a ritual is happening. So that's another benefit that you receive in the program. Plus, the teachers in Pillai Center who assist with the program, who help deliver and sort of bridge Dr. Pillai's meditations on a weekly basis with the community, they are available to help you understand more about the remedies and how to deepen your experience with them. And again, how to learn to do more of them on your own, if that is what you desire. So there's a lot of support around the remedies, and we'll make sure that people become even more active than any other year before in tapping into the power that comes through these spiritual technologies, these remedies being done on your behalf. So I'll try to see if I can see any questions, but so thank you everyone for being here. If you have any questions, I think I can see the chat. what we can do is just, again, make sure you have access to the details of every remedy that that happens in the program. If you're already enrolled in the program, we'll make sure we have all of your correct information for the remedies. If you're looking to do remedies through Pillai Center and Astraved on your own, you can, when you purchase the remedies, you can double check make sure your name and your birth star are correct in there. And always you can reach out to the support teams. But definitely if you're involved in the program, we'll get the name you want. I know some people have nicknames and things like that. So we do whatever you prefer as the name you want to be invoked for the ritual. Yeah, so you can send them to Astraved support@astraved.com if it's not all of them. Probably, actually, that's a good question about the rituals being able to be performed at home. Some of them you can do for sure. When Dr. Pillai mentioned about dark energy, when you're trying to really transform, really change your life, I think a lot of people have experienced this, that there is that resistance that happens. There's some sort of energy that you may experience as a darkness. There's a lot of different words that are used for it, but one of the great things about these rituals being done for you on your behalf, as he said, the people who are doing them for you, or this is what they do in their life. They are specialists in the Vedic tradition, and they know exactly what to do, and they know the procedure, and it's very specific for protection, that you don't want to invoke any type of energy that's going to be a hindrance or bring negativity or harm. So that's one thing about the rituals being done on your behalf, is everything is covered for you. You don't have to worry about doing it. That being said, we can help people learn step by step what rituals you can do at home. Those of you who are in the Wealth Rising program, which is also a complementary part of Mystery School, they've been doing an amazing job, the Pillai Center teachers, in introducing at-home remedies. So that will continue in Mystery School as well. Any questions you have about that, we're always here to help you with the process at home, or to advise you if it's better to let the specialists in India do it on your behalf. Yeah, so definitely when you join the program, we will get all of your information. I didn't mention this, but the remedies for the program actually begin in January. So the bonus teaching for December is your chance to learn directly from Dr. Pillai and receive a meditation. But the rituals will start in January, and then that will be month 1, and then it'll carry on throughout the entire year, all the way through December, probably slightly into January of the next year. So it's a lot of remedies. It's a big portion of your program is based on these remedies that, again, Dr. Pillai selected them all. He's going to add maybe 1 or 2 more to the list to increase the blessings on another moon phase from the archetype Maruga. So it will break through conflicts and karmas we have about things like debts and diseases and illnesses and altercations with each other. So you can look forward to even another remedy being shared. And just to mention that in addition to Mystery School, yes, these type of remedies, this technology that Dr. Pillai has brought to us all, it's available in many different ways for people. If you're not able to join Mystery School, we'd obviously love you to participate in Mystery School and be in this intensive year-long experience with Dr. Pillai in a way that you can really dive in and change your life. But there are other options. As you know, it's in Wealth Rising, it's in Miracle School, and they're available on the website. There's information about learning how to do them at home. So the message is really that they help, they're really powerful, and any way you can do them will help you change your life. So it's a great thing Dr. Pillai has done for us, making them just more accessible. Actually, yes. So the remedy package is going to be available. It may not be available right now, but and that will tell you how powerful they are, because Dr. Pillai said that if you'd like to participate in Mystery School and receive the teachings that he gives every month, you need to do the remedies, that you can't receive the teachings without the remedies, because they help you. So even if they're going on in the background, they help you break through the stubborn, the stagnant, the stuck energy, or that darkness, that resistance, our own karmic thoughts. They are needed to do that so that you can better implement his teachings, his meditations into your life. So on that side, it's a whole package deal. The teachings go with the remedies. But what he did say is that if you're not able to join and receive the teachings, that we can actually make the remedy package available. There may be something like it already available. It's very similar to the daily karma removal package that has been part of Pillai Center for a long time. But we'll make sure that all of the rituals in here, that a package is, that it's clear that that package is available. So that's actually something he just mentioned right before this call, because like he said, they're almost, well, he did say they were more powerful than the meditation. The combination is just a beautiful thing that Dr. Pillai has put together, where he gives you these very high advanced meditation teachings from the Siddha tradition that he will continue to unravel and reveal these mysteries to us, and then to have the remedies as your support system. Again, they help you integrate those teachings. And yes, the 6th moon is the one we're going to be adding. So there's some real estate questions on there. Hopefully that will help with the archetypes, both the planet Mars and Maruga that has been mentioned. So Dr. Pillai is going to be adding at least one ritual to the monthly schedule. I'm not sure if it's going to be a fire lab or an elemental invocation, hydration, but once we know, we will post it. And also, if anyone has a specific question about Mystery School, this is very specific to the remedies today, but any questions about the program as a whole, you can contact us and talk to one of us. We can go through the specifics. We go through any of your questions and concerns one-on-one. We're able to give you a call. We can do it via email, however it works for you. So please know that's an option if you are thinking about participating with Dr. Pillai for this year-long experience and you want to talk to someone, please reach out to us. We're more than happy to talk to you about any component of the program. If you've done one of these before and you have questions, if you've never done a program like this and you have questions, we take them all. So anything that you want to ask us, I know some people have reached out on Facebook, so we're getting those people connected. We're connecting with those people. Same with email. If you email office@Pillai Center or programs@Pillai Center, they can get us your information. We can contact you. Also, if any of the information about the remedies, I kind of went fast through them. If it brings up more questions, you have specific questions about an archetype or the ritual itself, you can ask us and we can go into more depth with you on that. Well, thank you all for being here and asking your questions and joining when Dr. Pillai so graciously joined the beginning to explain the significance of spiritual technology. As he said, it's a very precise science, and it fits very well in mystery school, as you don't have to know how these things work. The important thing is to know that they're being done for you and to pay attention to the changes you notice, what happens every month. And also, when you get stuck in an area in your life, focus on the remedies, focus on the rituals that are being done, and it can help you move through that. Sorry, I'm trying to read chat and look at the video all at once. So this recording will also be posted so people can watch, probably take Dr. Pillai's section and make it available for everyone to see and hear his explanation of the significance of all of the remedies, again, within the program, and if you're doing them even on your own, just how important it is for transforming your life. But we'll make sure that the video is available so you can reference the different remedies, and also on the page for Mystery School, where you can learn more about the program, you can actually sign up there. The remedies are in a little box you can click on, and it will pop out the different types of remedies that we have. And again, it sounds like we'll be adding a few more before the year starts. So there'll be some extra power, some other moon phases added to benefit specifically areas of conflict, which is great. We all need help with that. So thank you, everyone. I think the chat will keep going for a little bit, but the video we're going to conclude. Again, if you have any questions about Mystery School, please reach out. The program deadline is January 1st, so the rest of December is open to join, and it's an amazing opportunity, as we mentioned, to be in the presence of an enlightened master in your own lifetime, one who is living on the earth plane and guiding us through teachings like this. If you're thinking about it, it's the perfect time to do it. You're starting a brand new year, and it's a gift to yourself. It's an investment in your own life. So please reach out with questions. Let us know if you need help signing up or knowing more about the teachings and the remedies and what Dr. Pillai has put forward thus far for the course in 2018. And it will always grow and develop as he sees fit for everyone in the program. So I very much look forward to working with many of you, to sharing this experience with you. So thank you for being on our webcast today, and we will see you again soon. Namaste, everyone.